Hello YouTube, how you doing? Certainly wasn't anything untoward going on before I started recording. Didn't say anything that would get me in trouble. Never. Why would I do that? That's madness. It certainly wasn't straying into the dark and pink corners of the triangle of trouble. No. Absolute piffle. If anyone says otherwise, then they're a dirty liar, and they should be shot on the spot, and then chopped into little pieces and fed to very hungry animals. No, force-fed to animals who are already sated, and then those animals should be turned into pate, spread on toast, fed to bears, and then those bears should be shot, ground down into dust, dried first, ground down into dust, and then poured into the ocean, all to be filtered through the teeth of a baleen whale. I mean, it's an unnecessary reaction, but, you know, for some reason I felt compelled to say it. Let's have a look at the fortress, shall we? Because I haven't done that yet. We've got last time's trader boys who came in and had us a little bit of musical fun. That was good. We've got our initial workshop rooms here. Very basic stuff. It's all going to get moved down eventually. Got our universal stockpile for bringing everything indoors, and then down on the bottom there we have what I would like to think of as a proto-barracks. However, you may have of differing opinion. Let's go down a couple of floors, more than a couple, like a few floors, several floors. Why not? Let's go with several. Down here we're still digging out what I believe is intended to be our food area. Currently where the miners are, that's going to be a food stockpile. And up the top there, that's going to be the actual dining hall. We should have an order in for nest boxes. Excuse me, got hiccups here. Terrible. Dragon Slayer could go for some pate. I could go for some pate right now. As soon as I said it, I thought, oh, you idiot. You idiot. You shouldn't have said pate. Now your tummy's all rumbly and you haven't got any mashed animal in the house at all. It's not good. It's not good. Some stews do have special names like goulash or locro. Oh, I'm unfamiliar with locro. I've heard of goulash. That's a sort of Eastern European stew variant. Casserole? I don't know. What's the difference between a casserole and a stew? Is it important? I don't think it is. I'm not a professional chef, so if I get them mixed up, it's not going to cause any serious trouble. I mean, if Gordon Ramsay mixed them up, I'm sure people would complain. But I am not Gordon Ramsay. There's no way I could hold an array of pound coins and pennies in the wrinkles of my forehead. They're nowhere near pronounced enough. Where was I? That was rude, wasn't it? I hope he's not watching. This fucking joke is shit! Sorry. Kingdom Come Deliverance, free on Epic Game Store, 13 to the 20th. I've not played that game. That might be the thing that gets me to actually buy it on the Epic Store. I'm not against Epic Store in principle or anything. It's just nothing on it has actually gripped me enough to get me to install it. Even free games, I've got a lot of inertia. As you can tell, because we've been streaming for 31 minutes and recording for 3. And have I played any Dwarf Fortress? Have I? Fuck. That's inertia for you. Locro is an Argentinian stew with pumpkin. I'm Argentinian, for your information. Don't cry for me, Argentina. You knew that was happening, didn't you? Surely that's every time you express your nationality to somebody who's from England, they get into that musical Andrew Lloyd Webber nonsense. Andrew Lloyd Webber? Did Andrew Lloyd Webber write that Evita? I don't know. All I remember is Madonna was in the film. But it's good. Are you one of those cowboys with the berets? That's one of the few things I know about Argentina, other than the bad stuff from a while ago. But one of the few things I know about modern Argentina is beef and what are they called? Gauchos? Not gauchos. Is it gauchos? I think it begins with G. There's like a particular kind of Argentinian cowboy. He's an Argentine cowboy, as they say in no songs whatsoever. Gauchos, it was gauchos, I was right. Hey, good stuff. I love that the game devs get 87.5% instead of the 70% from Steam. I'll support Epic for that reason alone. Yeah, I mean, I'm not particularly wedded to any one platform. What I don't want is for the market to split into a billion little platforms. That would be a pain in the fucking ass. But 3 or 4 shop fronts, that's alright for me, I don't mind that too much. There's room for a couple more. I mean, we've got Good Old Games, they're good. I've bought stuff off Good Old Games, actually. I bought stuff off Steam, never gone to Epic yet. What else? Any other good storefronts? Apparently Itch itch.io sells games, but I've never even dabbled with that. All I know about itch.io is agar.io. Oh dear. I like my Steam for centralisation. Yeah, it is a good place to launch stuff from. It's nice to have a library, that's the thing. Can I buy a vinyl record of your singing, sir? I mean, if you've got a recording, you are free to press as many vinyl records as you like, but I feel like it might be a somewhat foolhardy business decision for me to start printing vinyl of my singing. I think it's an incredibly niche market that wants to hear that. And, you know, I think my family hear enough of me singing around the house these days. I've been getting bang into sea shanties for some reason. There's not many good ones, but the good ones are real good ones. I do like singing them. Old Maui, me boys, old Maui. Can't help myself. I'm binge eating McDonald's, second day in a row. Oh, Diana. I mean, careful there. I mean, not that I'm against McDonald's. I quite like McDonald's, but if I'm going to purchase a fast food takeaway, it's KFC every time. Every time. McDonald's, Burger King, all of them just pale in comparison. The Fillet Tower, best burger, premium burger. Ooh, I love that burger. Then again, if I'm looking to spend a little bit more money, I'll probably go for a kebab, go for a chicken shish from an actual kebab shop. Salad, bit of mayonnaise. These days in a wrap rather than a pita bread? Pita bread, not pita bread. Pita bread. Oh, my name's Peter. Would you like some of my bread? Where are we? What did I go for? What did you go for today? You have neither Burger King nor KFC. Ooh, do you have Morley's fried chicken? Because a fried chicken place, it's usually, I think, for fast food, my number one stop. If there's no KFC, I'll take any sort of KFC knockoff variant, within reason, obviously. I watched that Supersized Me documentary a few years back, put me off a little. That is not... There's a little bit of, like, sensationalism in that documentary. I'm not saying it is healthy to eat nothing but McDonald's, but, I mean, it wasn't... They did go for the, you know, presenting it in the most damning light possible. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of McDonald's in terms of their business practices and stuff like that, but they have over the decades made at least an attempt to get better. Where were we? This should change to a just chatting stream at this point. That's true, but then nobody would come and watch it. So here we are with Dwarf Fortress. Look, I'm playing Dwarf Fortress. You satisfied? Let's actually play some Dwarf Fortress. Let's not get distracted. I don't think the results of Supersize Me could ever be replicated. I mean, I think Morgan Spurlock makes interesting movies. Yeah, they're good, and Supersize Me was an interesting film, worth watching. Just, I'm not sure you want to take it with a grain of salt, just a pinch, you know, just a little bit. You know, it's not science, it's documentary. Werner Herzog, though, just open up and accept all of his films at face value, even though they're not. Even though they're probably worse than the fare of Morgan Spurlock for that kind of thing. If anybody in this chat now has not watched the documentary Grizzly Man, you must stop watching now. Go and acquire a copy of Grizzly Man. I don't fucking care how you do it. Just get it and watch it and then enjoy everything about it, including the music at the end, which is sublime. Man, what a film. Grizzly Man, Werner Herzog, go watch it now. And I will not be sad to see you go. Even if you never come back, as long as you've gone off and watched that, I'll be satisfied that I've done my good deed for the day. Anyway, where were we? I'm always thin no matter what I eat. Well, we could put that to the test, Diana. I mean, let's see where we can take this. No matter what I eat, because I'm pretty sure I would be able to concoct a diet plan that will get you piling on the pounds pretty rapidly. I reckon within the space of a year and a half, I could make it so emergency services will have to cut a wall out of your house to get you to the hospital. I mean, I'm not expecting you to accept this challenge, mainly because you'd have to finance it yourself. I would merely be the architect, not the not the financier for the project. But, you know, I reckon we could do it. Give it a go. We'll see. My jealousy has also been supersized. Ah, poor Tidy. Poor Tidy. Yeah, that's right. It's entertainment, not documentary. I feel that there's a crossover in that area, right? Entertainment documentary is documentary entertainment. Ugh. Never ever watch documentary. Documentaries on Netflix are abominations. I fucking get so frustrated sometimes. Some of the stuff that's pitched as factual. Anyway, let's not go too far. Concrete up the door, says Ocelot. I presume you're talking about Dwarf Fortress. We could concrete up the door? Oh, I see. In order to get Diana out of the house. No, I mean, like, even if the door is fully operational and open, I mean, they've got like a special wide bed ambulance with pumped up suspension and a cutting tool to take a wall out of the house to wheel them out or roll them out. Where were we? 2 big tasties, 2 nuggets packs, 9 per pack, 2 large fries, that new big Texas thing, and 4 Ukrainian sauces. They're basically mayo with garlic. Tasty. Unpause. Okay, we'll do it. I'm thinking about that. That's McDonald's. You can fucking slam tons of McDonald's at once, though, can't you? I'm not. When I have bought McDonald's recently, and well, not recently, but in the past, I've gone and bought like a stack of the little cheeseburgers and just bunged them in my throat at like ungodly speeds. I love a good pickle. I love pickles in burgers, and I always like going to get burgers with people who don't like pickles in their burgers because I get the pickles. I love those fucking pickles. They taste so good. Right, anyway, with enough pickle talk, let's unpause the game and see what's happening. Let's actually do something. I think we had a migration wave, didn't we, in the at the end of the last session? We did. I'm just going to quickly read Dwarf Therapist and see if there's... it was only 4 dwarves and 2 of them are professional children. That's okay, though. That's okay. It's amazing how they managed to get paid for being children. I don't think I ever got paid for being a child. Which is, Then again, we're going back into the dark place. Let's backpedal again. No. 2 different lines of thought from prior in the stream were converging, and they were converging in a place that must not be spoken of. So let's just look at the game and enjoy this little lad running around the woodpile. That's good, isn't it? It's nice. It's very distracting. It stops me thinking those terrible thoughts. Good. Woodpile. Lovely. Okay, I think I've got off the subject. Good. Do we want some more beds in this proto-barracks? I think we're going to need some, because with a population of 15, 18 if you count the children, this many beds is not going to do it. How many have we got there? 8, 9. No, we need way more. Let's see if we've got some in stock. We do have beds in stock. That's good. Let's pop them down. There we go. Lovely beddy time. Get them all in there. People can have a snoozy booze. Snoozy booze? That sounds dangerous. You don't want to drink while you're sleeping. That way people drown. A boozy snooze, now that is just having a little nap when you've had a drink, which is acceptable. Not healthy, but acceptable. But a snoozy booze, no. Bad idea. Very bad idea. You can drown in just a shot glass of vodka. I mean, you can drown on a shot glass. Drown by... I mean, you're not going to drown in a shot glass of vodka. I mean, that's obviously false. Who can fit in a shot glass of vodka? If any of you can fit inside a shot glass of vodka, do let me know. I would like to see pictures, because for some reason I am way too keen on small people. I don't know why. It just makes me happy to see them. It's probably a horrible situation. I'm being incredibly ableist there, probably, but I can't help myself. Please, somebody help me. I need help. So these traders aren't leaving, are they? And I haven't given any orders yet. Let's go downstairs and check out what's getting done in the digging zone. We can put the food stockpiles in now. That's good. So F for food. Fill this little room here with a food stockpile. There, look at that. I can hear chat. I can hear the little noise from people talking in chat. But since being admonished, I'm not looking. I'm not looking right now. I'm busy doing Dwarf Fortress. This is why we're here. We're all here to watch me play Dwarf Fortress. Not listen to my nonsense, because my nonsense doesn't make any sense. Right, let's put a kitchen in. Build, workshop. What's K? Oh, that's a clothier's shop. What's a kitchen? What's a kitchen? Z, of course. Who can forget Z for kitchen? Classic keyboard shortcut. In goes the kitchen. Make it out of slate. Lovely. We also want a still, for which the hotkey I remember is L. Excuse me, burp there. Let's pop another one on the other side, because, you know, 2 stills are better than 1. Double the trouble, triple the liver failure. What else have we got going in there? I think we're all good for now. Is that some kind of leaf? For a second there, I thought they were putting tiny frogs in the stockpile, which probably wouldn't be ideal. I imagine they count as vermin. Then again, if you've had a few hallucinogenic hallucinogenic frogs rolling around in your food stockpile, no doubt it will have some interesting effects on your dwarves. There we go. Managed to get those words out eventually, if a little bit more dramatically than intended. Have we got any nest boxes built? They would be very nice. No nest boxes. That's fine though. That's fine. I'm going to set the hotkey. Wait a minute. Is it already set? It's already set. Oh, I could have hotkeyed down there earlier. Never mind. Looks like the traders are off. Good. Get out of here. We don't need you anymore. We've taken everything that you have of interest, and frankly, you can leave. It's not important that you hang around. Oh, come on, dig out that bastard dining hall, and then once we've done that, we can actually start thinking about setting up some... what are we setting up next? Industry? Do an industry floor? I think that makes sense, doesn't it? Now I'm going to look at chat, okay? I'm going to chat. Oh, Dragonfire UT has redeemed a highlight my message. Oh, remember what happened the last time you ran low on nest boxes? If I remember rightly, I think what happened last time I ran out of nest boxes was we ended up with no eggs ever, and it just took forever. But there's probably a more interesting anecdote there. And there you are at the top again, saying, hey, how's the new fort going? Slowly, very slowly. We've done this, and we've done this. So, you know, essentially, fuck all. But, you know, stuff will get done. Stuff will get done. Let's have a little look down here. Fuzzy needs a dwarf. That's a good point. While we're waiting for this room to get dug out, let's go over to Dwarf Therapist. No, I want the proper transition. There we go, that's better. Okay, let's have a look at what we've got. We'll sort by has nickname, and we have a Burnblatt, Diana, Claycree, Ocelot, Panzerbeard, Plutonium Jesus, Salford Sal. That's everybody who's got a nickname. There's 7 of them, and we have 11 dwarves free for the naming. Who wishes to bestow a dwarf with their name? Spear and Magic Helmet. Spear and Magic Helmet. I do love a bit of Spear and Magic Helmet. The best spear dwarf or beekeeper you have. Ooh, interesting choice, Fuzzy. Let's have a little search for beekeepers. 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 Here we go. Beekeeper. We have no beekeepers. Let's look for spear boys. Spear boys. Oh dear, Fuzzy. Looks like your dreams lay on the floor in a billion pieces, shattered by the circumstances we experience. Any second choices? I'll look down and see if anyone else has made a request. If the shot glass ends up in your throat, you could be in trouble. That's true. You could drown around a shot glass easily. Then again, the vodka doesn't need to be in the shot glass for you to choke on it. You could easily inhale a shot glass and die without having to, and you technically wouldn't be drowning. Is drowning any fluid, or is it only with water? I think it's any fluid. We've asked this question on stream before, bizarrely enough. Interesting. Tidy volunteers as a tribute. Oh, that was the spam the AI was giving you as your thought fell to the forgotten beat. That's true, yes. My Nestbox spam is prolific. I have been spammed all the way into the grave. Well, I say that, not into the grave. That would imply that the Nestbox spam was what pushed me into the grave, whereas in fact it was just a kind of accompaniment to the event. Like a soundtrack. Yeah, a Nestbox soundtrack. Somebody help me. Demon Blast says, make me a farmer. Alright, I'll make you a farmer demon blast, that's not a problem. Doing a very offensive West Country accent there. We have one farmer who has not already been claimed. It's Eshtan. Here we go. It's tidy. T-I-D. Y-Y-Y. There we go. And commit. Done. Okay, that's cool. Butternut Squash would like a dwarf. Okay. Let's just do a random select. I close my eyes, select at random. Oh. Okay, got to actually click on there. I didn't select that one at random at all. Happy with the child? Doesn't matter. You didn't provide any specifications. So unfortunately, Endoc the child is now Butternut Squash the child. Professional child, mind. Butternut Squash. There we go, Butternut Squash. Oh, baby. Not baby, child. Oh, child. Sweet child of mine. What else have we got here? Drowning without fluids is suffocating. Okay. But it is any fluid and not just water. Yeah, I think that's the question I originally was intending to ask. No, I'm intermittent fasting, but I know what I'm eating tomorrow. I think that's a comment for somebody else. that's a response to something I didn't say, or is it? I don't know. Modern glass has plastic in and is a solid. Oh, glass is a fluid. I see. It has been proven to be a fourth state of matter which flows incredibly slowly. What, so sort of like a slightly less solid than a solid, but more solid than a fluid. How does it relate to a gel? Is a gel a state of matter, or is a gel two types of matter interacting? Like a liquid in a matrix solid? I think that's what I heard. Because then there's emulsions as well, like particles floating in a liquid. Are those states of matter, or is it just plasma, gas, liquid, solid? Are they the actual states of matter, or are there more? Is it like senses? Because everyone says, oh, the mysterious sixth sense, which isn't a sixth sense at all, because you've got like a sense of balance, you've got a sense of inertia, I think, as well. There's various senses beyond the 5 classical senses, but we never think of them as, we always jump to psychic powers when we consider the sixth sense. Haley Joel Osment did not say, I feel unbalanced. I see problems with staying upright. It didn't work. It's not how it worked. Good God. Terrible joke. Dragonslayer Wood Elf says dibs on first military dwarf. Okay. Funny enough, says Cereal, technically drowning in fluids is suffocating too. So drowning is a subcategory of suffocation. Subcategory. Oh, hello. We finished digging out the dining hall. I'm just going to pause in the background. Just going to pause it. Don't want to leave it running for too long on its own. Keep going down. Now I get paid to be a child, says Butternut Squash. Correct. Have we got any actual military dwarves that we could put in? This lad here, Monum. Monum is disciplined, a dodger, a fighter, and a bit of a biter. Not a biter. Dodger, fighter, kicker. I want to say striker, because that would be a lovely little phrase, but no such luck. And a bit of armour use. You know what? Monum is going to be our first military dwarf, and it's going to be Dragon Slayer of Wood Elf. And we're might only be able to fit Dragon Slayer in here, but we'll see. We've got 16 characters to play with. The second letter of dragon is definitely not a T, so we have to redo that. Dragon Slayer of Wood Elf, just to be clear. There we go. I think that's going to be too long. It's too long. Okay, but if I take out of, it'll work, won't it? Let's try again. Set nickname, Dragon Slayer of Woe. Okay. Let's just call you Dragon Slayer. That'll do. We've got 16 characters. That butts very closely up against the limit. You're in, and you will be our first military dwarf. Fuzzy Logic says, I will be your number 2 Dragon Slayer. Ooh, there's a lovely little double entendre in there. A little bit of punstering. But I won't bite. I'm not going to bite. I'm not. There's no way I'm going to make any sort of comment about that. NATO Christian, this is the most recent DF update, ? I didn't think Door Therapist worked with it. I am not responsible for this. You need to talk to Ocelot about the technical details, because he's the man who made it happen. Apparently it works. Apparently there's been a post on the subreddit that explains it, or at least gives you a link to it. So, fingers crossed it works for you too. Luckily, I've got someone who wants to watch me play Dwarf Fortress so badly they'll do all the hard work for me. Yay! It's almost like getting paid. It's on a level, on a certain level, it's actually better. It's kind of like when people submit fan art and stuff. That's like, oh yes, peak streaming. Love it. Where were we? 16 senses, says Fuzzy Logic. Just after Spaceship Rat says, hey, how you doing? Welcome back. If you're looking for another volunteer, I would offer my blacksmithing skills. No problem, Dragonfire UT. And my, anvil, he says. I don't think we actually have anybody in the fortress who is, oh no, I take that back. Ooh, okay. Dragon Slayer. Now. Dragon Slayer, you're actually the blacksmith, which I don't think is an optimal person to be making our military boy. So, sorry to do this to you, but I am removing, redacting, reversing the decision for that character to be you. You're going to be someone else, Dragon Slayer. This is actually going to be the other person in chat who said that, which was Dragonfire. No, that doesn't start with a G. Dragonfire UT. Bosh, does that fit? It fits. Commit. Lovely. Okay, and so you're going back on the waiting list because you need to be an actual military dwarf. So you'll get that. And Fuzzy's second in command. That's fine. Do you really want to go into the states of matter discussion? Depends how interesting it is, Lenkensi. Lenkens? I'll get it right one day. Yes. Umami, says Tidy. Very true. Lovely flavour. Uvavu. Let's keep going down. Yay, Dole. I'll pay for you to go to UKGE to play a role-playing game with you. That would be the highlight of my year. UKGE? I mean, I suppose. I mean, could be interesting. I've never gone to a convention for role-playing stuff before, other than like live role-play events. The Gathering, used to go there every year. I went to that for like 15 years nearly. I only really stopped because... why did I stop? I think it was because I had kids. Which isn't a real good reason. I think it's because I fucking hated the camping, and I stopped taking drugs in such vast quantities, and it made the camping much more of a problem. I think. Maybe. I don't really remember. Dragon Slayer Wood Elf says, did I just die? No, you didn't die. You didn't die. Your personality has been extracted from the blank dwarf and put back on the personality shelf to be injected into our actual first military dwarf. That's what happened. Rescinding, Ocelot. That is the word. That's the word. Yes, rescinding. Lovely. Very good. Very good. Gem cutter would work. No, you're the blacksmith. Let's not make this too complicated. You're the blacksmith. Second in command is first after Dragon Slayer Wood Elf dies to a Forgotten Beast. That's true. But then again, if any of my military history is to be taken into account, the chances of anybody surviving our first encounter with the Forgotten Beast are not great. Not fantastic. Wait, have I missed anybody? UKGE in Birmingham last weekend of May. I have accommodation for 2, but 0 drugs. Well, I mean, it's fucking Birmingham's a big city. I don't think it would be an issue. I mean, I'm considering it. But I mean, when I'll consider going. I mean, you don't have to pay me to go. That's a bit weird. But I'll think about it. It's tempting. I've never been to one of those kind of events before, so I don't know. And also bear in mind my social skills are kind of good in this kind of one-way environment, but I'm a bit flaky when it comes to actually interacting with meats, the actual meat people, not MEAT, not the MEET. Thank you very much for the cheer, much appreciated. I will, Fuzzy. I'll give you a PM, see what goes on. That's the weekend after Confuzzled, the UK's largest furry con. Oh my goodness. Good lord. A furry con. Yiffing and nappies for days. States of matter are usually defined according to how certain thermical properties change. Under that definition, superconductivity, ferromagnetism, superfluidity, and glass are different states of matter. Are a different state of matter. Interesting. Superfluidity, that's like the Bose-Einstein condensates, isn't it? The stuff that where all the electrons in it have like a sort of they don't have a defined position, and it starts climbing up the walls of vessels. Very, very low temperatures you have to get that, don't you? Or am I wrong? Is that not what it is? There's a really good BBC documentary, 2-part series, called something like the Race for Zero or the Hunt for Zero or something like that, all about the scientific pursuit of absolute zero as a temperature, where I learned about Bose-Einstein condensates, and it's a good documentary, if a little old now, probably out of date. But hey, look it up, see if you enjoy it. That's superfluidity, and I only know about liquid helium doing that. No, I think it's any stuff that gets cold enough, like to within like an insane billionth of a degree of zero or something. The temperature goes into not the atoms. The electrons around the atoms sort of like they go into a completely undefined position, and it becomes like a uniform. I don't know. Why am I trying to explain fucking physics? This is not my speciality. It's not my speciality. So superfluidity happens before that. Oh, interesting. Anyway, enough. We've been looking at chat for too long. Have I missed anybody? We're waiting for Dragon Slayer and Fuzzy. I'm just going to roll up. R&D-some. Runsome. Call you Runsome for now. Lasers are the big way of doing that. Now, crazy. Yes, that's true. They get a laser, and as the atoms that are warmer sort of rise up over the edge of the vessel. I don't know if this is the exact technique. This is how I understood it. A laser pushes the warmer atoms away with the high energy, leaving only the low energy atoms. And so as you knock the hot stuff away, the stuff that's remaining gets colder and colder and colder. I think that's how those laser ones work. I could be wrong. Physics literally makes the world go round. Well, it describes how the world goes round. It describes how the world goes round, but does it make it go round? I don't think so. I don't think physics makes anything happen. Physics is our way of explaining what is happening. Right? He says? ? We still don't have a fuzzy dwarf. Well, we don't have you put yourself in the queue as somebody who said, I want to be the second in command. What you've done there is you've constructed a queue which the first position hasn't even been fulfilled on. Luckily, you are ticket number 2. Ticket number 2, please. Let's go back to doors. Oh, thank you very much for another cheer, Ursula. Much appreciated. And Virtual Spaceman says, gravity, whee! Which is nice, because gravity is sort of the wee force, isn't it? I mean, actually, sort of, I suppose, like pressure is the wee force, if you're talking about actual wee coming out of your bladder. But gravity's the only force that makes you go wee! Then again, maybe some people go wee when they get electrocuted. I don't know. They certainly go wee, but do they go wee? I don't know. He's getting into weird tangentry here. I've got to stop looking at chat. I'm sorry if anyone's turned up. I'm going to look at this. I'm the best second in command ever. Weak force moves the earth enough to spin your head. Very true. The gravity being so weak is weird. Have we unpaused in the last hour? Yes, we have. Yes, it's not been an hour. Don't worry. I've only been recording for half an hour, and I've unpaused it at least twice. Let's get back into the game. Sorry to ignore chat for a bit, but you can talk amongst yourselves for a little while, and if anything, if you want me to respond to something in particular, at me, and hopefully I'll be able to pick stuff out of the chat later on. But we've got to get some Dwarf Fortress done. If there's no Dwarf Fortress occurring, then, I mean, what the fuck even are we doing here? What the fuck even? Yeah, that's what I said. Right, let's dig ourselves out a nice workshop layer. I'm thinking we'll make it not too far from the top. 2 floors down? Seems good to me. Let's start designating some rooms. I reckon, excuse me, getting a bit burpy here. I could do with a drink, actually. What a fool. Maybe when we hit the hour mark, I'll go and make a drink for myself. Gonna make a little tunnel, come off like that, and we're gonna do basically what I did last time, if anyone remembers that. We're gonna make a little room here, and that's gonna be like that. Now we'll do 5x5s. Should be good. Oh, what was that command? Do you reckon it'll be in here? That GUI stamper, was it called? Can I, What the hell? Exterminate peafowl butcher? Auto farm? What? 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 Okay, alright, let's not, okay. Pressing up in DFHack is not working. Those are your old commands, though, so they're still in there. What do what do I want? I want that stamper one. It was GUI/stamper, right? Fucking yes, it worked. Let's do it. Oh man, I'm just on fire today. I say that, I'm not on fire. I'm not even that warm, to be fair. Okay, so we have a carpenter's workshop, mason's workshop, another mason's workshop, then a crafts dwarf workshop, then another crafts dwarf workshop, then a mechanics workshop, then a couple of spare rooms should do it. Cool. And then we shall designate a corridor off of here. Very good, very good, very good. And then over here, pop that in, do ourselves a nice big storeroom. Let's make that at a lower priority than the, what the fuck, than the other rooms, because it's going to take a while to dig out, and we don't want our dwarves faffing around digging all this nonsense. We'll put doors in opposite every workshop, and then we'll give the room separate stockpiles for each of the inputs, which would be nice, wouldn't it? Maybe I should also do stockpiles for the outputs behind. What do you reckon? Do you reckon that's a good idea? You know what? Actually, that's not the worst idea ever. Let's set this up now. So this is also, no, this is going to be 6. 6. There we go. So we're going to put little nubbins here. There you go. At the back of all the workshops. Little workshop nubbins. Nubbins. They're going to go in there, and then we're going to make... Oh, careful there, scoundrel. Oh, there's a little pop-up coming up. I can see out of the corner of my eye. Thank you for whatever that was. If it was a follow, yay! If it was a sub, yay! If it was a threat to kidnap my children, boo! Boo! How dare you? And how did you get that to come up as an alert? That's very strange, you elite hacksaw, you. Sorry. Probably shouldn't make accusations like that without reading what was going on. I'm going to look over. I'm going to do it. I'm going to find out what it was. It was Guardsman Fallout following me. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Lovely. Also, Spaceship Rat followed 16 minutes ago. Sorry for not noticing that one. And thank you very much for doing that. It's much appreciated. It's the kind of thing that I like. Ah, shite. There we go. Look at these. There's probably somebody watching this going, what is he doing? These stockpiles are a ludicrous shape. How dare he? How fucking dare he? This is disrespectful to the Dwarf Fortress community. I don't know why you'd say it like that, but that's just how I imagined it. And then, do we give it another connection corridor on this side? They're not going to use it, are they? They're just going to go through the workshop. So, in fact, instead, let's do that. Instead of these little lads. Yeah, okay. Will the mouse work? Oh, mouse. Mousy, mousy, mousy. Mousy, 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 fun, fun, fun. The wonderful thing about Mousy is she's the only one. There you go. Don't know why I did that. I think it's because somebody used a mousy emote in chat earlier and I noted it. I saw it. I was aware of it. And I reacted to it. There you go. That's what happened. Right, now they're digging this bobbins out. Let's have a little look at chat. Let's see what's going on. I reckon a Scoundrel Just Chatting stream would be great. I'm not against doing that. It's just that I feel like I need some, if I just go in just chatting, I'm in a category with a shitload of other people who are also just chatting, and the chances of people randomly finding me are not so huge, maybe. I don't know. Well, give it a go, though. Give it a go. More food, says Diana. Are we running out of food? Oh, dear. Oh, have you run out of food? Has your McDonald's stockpile dwindled to nothing? Very sad. Very sad. I'd be happy to teach Star Realms, a top 100 BGG game, which I am literally legendary at. Oh, exciting stuff. Oh, yeah, didn't you win a competition or something? Didn't you win a, not a competition, what's the word when it's a tournament? That's the word I'm looking for, which is a kind of competition, right? But I don't know, if people want to, if people have got any sort of... I mean, what we could do, if you want to do a just chatting stream, I would feel more comfortable if it had some level of an agenda. So if people want to come up with something to talk about in the Discord, I'm more than happy to think about doing a just chatting stream. That's not a problem. Not a problem at all. Who knows? Maybe we could interview some of the people in chat. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? It'd be like a talk show, except like nobody famous on it. Unless someone here happens to be famous. I mean, I suppose in a way, Fuzzy Logic is famous for his skill at the old, what's it called? Star Realms, that's the one. Oh dear. Let's keep reading down there. Books and instruments would be the ASMR category for sure. That's true. That's true. The dwarf's craftsmanship was of the highest quality. What have we got going on here? She is the only one. Best reference ever. That's true. The only one. Is there anyone else in the world called Mousy? I don't think so. I don't think so. Not sure though. Poor old Mousy and Xylus no longer being on the old the Switch It Up Saturdays. Well, they are, but I mean it's just not being hosted on the main channel. This is very this is very niche stuff for other people. Let's try and keep it to my own content. Otherwise, that's silly, isn't it? Such pretty stockpiles. Well, thank you very much, Diana. Although that accentry on the text makes me think, I think it's just that I happen to know watch like some of the Mousy and Xylus stuff, so I don't know if she's got a huge following in the Dwarf Fortress community. I don't think so. We should advance the gay agenda. The gay agenda. What is that? Is that how gay people decide what to talk about when they get together? The agenda for today's meeting is gayness. I don't see how that works. I don't think they need an agenda, do they? I think they'll get on without any kind of plans. I think sexuality is one of the few things in life you can wing. You can wing it. Just decide what you like at the time, or decide what you like in general, and then do that. It's kind of instinct, right? Pre-programmed. Oh God, I was about to say something terrible. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. 2019 UK GE tournament. Then I burst into tears from emotion. But yes, I am the winner of the biggest Star Realms tournament outside of the US. Congratulations, Fuzzy. Congratulations. Although the idea... I'm just picturing you in like a town hall full of neckbeards sitting on a stage holding a trophy, weeping, going, "Whoa!" I mean, I shouldn't mock you, but I am. not directly, but oh dear, what a terrible thing to do. Just the image tickled me. That's all. It's because in my mind it was probably like an arena type affair, wasn't it? But no, I mean not like fucking Wembley, but like an actual big venue. But I'm imagining some like dinky little town hall. The mental image is funnier than what I'm saying. Trust me. Where were we? The prize pool's 10k. Fuck! It's not in some rinky-dink fucking town hall, is it? That's crazy. Do it if you can compete for 10k. But is there any like is it just 10k for first prize, or is there like if you came second, third, fourth, fifth, would you get anything? Because that's traveling to the US for a tournament where you win nothing. I mean, for fun, if you enjoy that, then that's great. If you enjoyed the event, fantastic. But if you are going like for the competition, it's got to be a crushing defeat if you don't get the money. Oof. Convince the company you work for to send you there. Interesting idea. I mean, is what they do relevant to games? Question mark. Finished? Question mark. You mean she launched? Damn it! I've played it forever and never actually finished it. What game are we talking about here? Oh, probably yeah, talking about that board game. Duh. Oh, RimWorld. Oh, was Mousy playing RimWorld? How did I not know that? Huh. Intriguing. I did watch Tom's RimWorld stuff. Man, I wish he'd played Dwarf Fortress. I would love to see that. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that'll happen ever. We're more likely to see Space Station 13 because he actually liked that game. But oh well. Oh well. About 3k for the winner. Oh, that's yeah. I mean, that's good money. That's good money. That'll cover your costs for getting there. Ben wants to play DF but doesn't have a clue. I reckon he'd pick DF up pretty fucking quickly. He seems like he's a savvy systems absorber. He knows he understands game mechanics relatively quickly, I think. Oh god, Tom and Simon Dwarf Fortress duo would be premium. Oh man, that would be great. I cannot mention my company name because they have a Twitch presence and I'm legally not allowed to speak on behalf of the company. Oh, well, if they've got a Twitch presence, that actually sounds like they might be an interesting, maybe enjoyable even company to work for. So I hope it is. I hope it is. That would be cool. That would be very cool. Oh my god, this digging's taking forever. We've got the workshops in though, so let's put them in. Build, workshop, carpenter's workshop. Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? There we go. In it goes. That's the only carpenter's song I know. Let's make some crafts dwarf workshops as well. Bingo, bango, bongo. What do we got next? It was a T for mechanics workshop. Yes. Yes. No, don't want to place a leatherworks. That's not what I want. I'm going to go back up to the surface and see what we've got already. Have we replaced everything? Leatherworks. No, don't place a fucking leatherworks. Stop it. Oh, Christ, I'm a bike. There we go. Mason, mechanic, carpenter, craftsdwarf. Okay, no, it looks like we've covered all those. 2 more spaces, I reckon. Gem workshop. BWJ for jeweler. Sweet. In goes the jeweler. Make it out of obsidian. The Obsidian Jewelers. I like it. It sounds good. And then I don't think there's anything else I'm particularly worried about getting just yet. We'll keep all the textile stuff separate again like we did last time. Let's let them dig. Let's let them dig. You have literally spoken against the game I represent, so otherwise I would have suggested you. Oh shit. Oh man, I'm sorry, Fuzzy. I'm sorry. I'm not going to try and pick out what game it could be because I've spoken against a lot of games. But now it's killing me. I don't want to be focused on that. I don't want to be trying to figure out. I don't want to try and decode it, but for some reason my very essence, like the Skeksis drink, it's all boiling with just the desire to know. I'm assuming it's going to be a fairly substantial big game then. I'm guessing it's something like League of Legends or Dota or something in that sort of realm, maybe. Guessing. I don't despise those games though. Have I spoken out against them? I don't know. Oh, it's not one of those terrible hentai games, is it? I work for the hentai game manufacturing company, and everything in the office is covered in a thin crust of dried jism. Lovely. Don't know why I went there. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not opposed to attending conventions and shit like that. You know, I mean, it's see. Oh, let's unpause that. It seems a little bit presumptuous of me to make it a sort of like a stream thing, but yeah, I'm tempted. Then again, I have to say, actual people I've known since school try to just get me to go to D&D games once a month. Technically Star Wars role-playing, but whatever. And they have a hard enough time getting me out of the house. I am very difficult to motivate to leave my house. Just so you're aware. It's quite difficult. To a degree that frustrates my girlfriend sometimes, I feel like she's like, oh God, you haven't gone anywhere in months. Fuck off. It's okay though, I went somewhere at the weekend. It was all good. I went round a mate's house, cooked some burgers, played a bit of Hitman. It was lovely. Very enjoyable. Please don't speak bad about hentai games. Come on. I mean, I don't understand, like, pornographic games content. It doesn't make sense to me. I want to be able to focus on a game, not have my mind clouded by, like, number one distraction. You know? I feel like sexy games, it's fine. Sex as a theme or an element in a game, fine. But if it's like a, you know, just a sort of sliding puzzle anime girl thing, I'm like, nah. Time for some tea. Care for a cup. I wouldn't mind a cup of tea, but I'll have to go and make it myself. Although we have been recording for 51 minutes, and we've played, 5 minutes of Dwarf Fortress? So I could go and make a cup of tea. Could make a cup of tea. Oh. Excuse me. That's true. Number one distraction, penis and or bobs. That's true. Bob's more distracting. Oh, then again, my own pernisk is very distracting sometimes. But then again, I shouldn't talk about that because this is Twitch. My favourite LOL champ is Ilaoi? See, I don't know anything about League of Legends. Other than it's big. It's big time sports. Big time esports. Esports have never really tempted me. Number one, I'm not great at games. Number two, this is, it's not an opinion I'm alone in holding, but it is a somewhat controversial opinion. I fucking hate sports. I despise sports. I've never liked them, and no sort of physical sport has ever tempted me to even vaguely enjoy it. I don't enjoy doing them, and it irritates me that other people enjoy watching them. It shouldn't. I should be more accepting, but on those grounds, I am a terrible human being. I also don't really like dogs, just to make sure everybody gets the idea of how awful I am. But yeah, I can't stand sports. What a titanic waste of fucking time. Who cares who can run fastest? How old are you? Fucking 5? Oh, look at me, I'm the fastest man in the world. Oh, great. Oh, it's a good job no one's fucking chasing you then. Anyway, there we go. Oh, I see. She's a character who is hentai-esque. Hentai doesn't require tentacles, does it? It's just Japanese for pervert, isn't it? It's just the Japanese word for pervert? Or am I wrong? Is there more to it? Does it have more subtle connotations? Does it imply tentacles? I don't, only in the West maybe. I'm not sure. Animes are weird. I enjoy watching a lot of anime, but then there's a lot of it you sort of stumble across and you're like, this is a little bit. Where is the entertainment for this with this coming from? What are they? What is this? Why am I? How? Where is this for adults or children? Because I mean, you know the feeling I'm talking about, don't you? The anime, that feeling where you start watching a series and then go, oh, not going to be able to watch this one through. It's a little bit too much for me. I think it just means anime but porn. Probably. I'm a bit more tolerant about sports after I was into StarCraft for a while. It is fun to root for someone. Yeah, I don't know. I like a little bit of a friendly game. Don't get me wrong. Games, interesting, fun, I like. It's when it becomes, when it goes past that threshold of game to becoming a sport. You know, even a game tournament is fine. But there's some ineffable tipping point between a game and a sport where suddenly I'm like, I'm just not interested in this. It's when people take the competition too seriously. If anyone's out there going, I absolutely must be number one, I'm like, grow up, you fucking baby. What's wrong with you? Is this important at all? No. Oh, you can lift the biggest thing? Oh, well done. I mean, oh, hang on. Oh, God, fuck me. I very nearly just committed that crime when you say stuff about people. What's it called? Not larceny, that's stealing things. Defamation? No, the other one. It might have been defamation, but it was factually accurate, so is that I don't know. Is it ever illegal to tell the truth about somebody? Probably. This is England. You can get... I mean, I don't have that much money, so it doesn't matter what's illegal and what's not. People can fucking rinse me through the courts anyway. I'm not a fan of esports, no. I find it a little bit weird. I do. I find it a little bit weird that people get... Slander, that's the one. Defamation or slander. Yes, it's one of the two. Someone said it to me in a way that makes sense. It's about watching people do things in an insanely skilled way. I suppose, but I get that from, you know, like a video of a glassmaker working or something like that, like crafts people, like people painting miniatures really well. I don't know why. I've not painted a miniature since 1993, and I did that very badly, but I find watching painting tutorials and stuff for, you know, like Warhammer miniatures and other kind of miniatures, I find it very relaxing, very therapeutic. I don't know why. I mean, I'm not even tempted to actually, mainly due to the cost, try any miniature painting. If I had like a lot of money knocking around, I might consider picking up a brush and some miniatures. But if anyone from the Warhammer chat is watching, there is no way in hell you're convincing me to buy an army. I do not have that kind of money. It's just not going to happen. But there you go. We'll see what goes on. Sports involve spandex. You can tell most esports have spandex mouse pants. That's true. I have a neoprene. Mouse mat. Love the smell of that stuff. The wetsuit smell. Lovely. Cooler SK, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us again. And lol agreed. I just find it heartbreaking. My Mansions of Madness figures will never be good. Yeah, that's the thing. I've got a few miniatures from back in the day, and I was half tempted to give painting them a go, but I don't know. I prefer doing 3D art these days. I'm working on a couple of projects to make terrain for printing for tabletop wargaming. I'm working on like a big, definitely not Skaven due to copyright reasons, crystal. Let's call it a distortion due to temperature crystal. Stone crystal. Definitely a crystal, not a stone. A warp stone. No, it's a distortion due to temperature crystal. And it's got like a walkway going around it and a big bell at the top and stuff. And I'm working on that at the moment. But owing to the fact that I made the stupid decision to put unique wood grain on every plank of wood in the thing, I am now thoroughly sick of wood, and I'm just going to be working on stone stuff for a little while from now on. But I do love a bit of the old CG stuff. That's where because you can undo it. You fuck up with a paintbrush, you're like, ah, shit. To undo it takes a massive amount of effort. Fuck up in Blender and it's like Control Z. You have to wait a while, sure, but it works. It's all good. I just found somebody to paint my Scythe minis. You see, that's the thing. I would, you know, much as I love looking at the finished painted miniatures, if I had my own miniatures, I would want to paint them myself. I wouldn't want someone else to do it, because I would, even if they were fantastic paint jobs, I would be like, this isn't, I didn't paint this. It's kind of like, I don't think it's cheating. And I understand if you've got the money and you want the army and you are painting your own stuff anyway, getting other people to paint stuff is fine. That's not, I mean, sometimes you do look at the like the stuff in competitions and go, I wish I could have that on my shelf, but it would cost an absolute fucking fortune. And every time someone came round who wasn't into that kind of thing, they'd be like, oh, I see you're a fucking nerd. Nerd. Which is, honestly, who's coming around my house that doesn't know that about me? I don't think anybody. I mean, nobody. Well, some of Kel's friends might not realise how much of a crushing Spurglord I am, but, I mean, she must warn them before they come round. She must warn them. Now, don't be offended if he doesn't talk to you and just wanders off. Oh, yeah, I hope she's warning people. Anyway, where was I? Now I have to spend at least £100 completing the set, because if it's painted, it'd be worth at least £500, probably close to £1,000. Oh, it is my godhusband, goddaughter's father. Oh, godhusband. Interesting relationship there. Sounds. If you hadn't clarified goddaughter's father, it would have sounded a lot weirder than it actually is. Oh, blimey, my phone's down here. Am I actually connected to the stream? Hey, I am. That's good. That is good. That is good. Conan, what is best in life? Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women. That is good. That is good. Sorry, I'm off on a little Conan moment. I'll recover in a moment. They are taking a long time to dig these rooms out, aren't they? I mean, obviously, I haven't helped matters by making them absolutely gargantuan, but, you know, they could get their little cotton socks up. Pull their socks up. Get their little cotton socks up. That doesn't make any sense. This 60 frames a second is probably beneficial to me, but it's a little bit frustrating, Ocelot. I'm not going to lie, it's a little bit frustrating. Sorry, I'm having a Minecraft villager moment. Oh, I wish they'd get that done, because I'm quite worried about bad boys turning up and giving us trouble. I've got a horrible feeling there's going to be a horde of undead coming round the corner, and there's not going to be much we can do about it, other than locking ourselves in. Excuse me. We do need to get some food on the go as well. I'm a bit worried. Yeah, the food stockpile looks pretty shitty. Is auto chop enabled? Let's have auto chop on, please, and we're going to say skip fruit trees, please, leave them. Skip edible product trees, sure, and skip cookable product trees, sure, why not? And then that looks good. Are we all good? Minimum logs 80, maximum logs 100. Sounds good. I think we'll leave it at that. We'll let the auto chopper get on with things. Also need to start designating, we'll let them thin the non-fruit trees, then we'll let them start gathering fruit. We also need a farm creating, which I'm going to do. How deep is the soil? How deep is your soil? How deep is your soil? I really need to know. Can I plant my plump helmets in your dirt? Innuendo. Anyway. Plant your plump helmets in my dirt. Now there is a title of a video that could have legs on Pornhub. Excuse me, I appear to have spat on the ironing board there. How rude of me. How terribly, terribly rude. Ooh. Ooh. A few migrant waves will fix that 60 frames per second problem. True, won't take long. Any more picks? Put a scrub to work in the gulag. We don't have enough picks. No, there's no more picks yet. We need to get our metal industry working first. Minecraft village is getting violated again by the sound of it. It's true, I can't help myself sometimes. I just start going, Make a minecart infinite storage. I think learning how to do that is within your capability and would blow your mind. Minecart infinite storage. Could do. How does that work though? Let's get. We'll put that on the back burner for now. Hang on a minute. Is that text at the bottom coming off the screen? That's no bloody use, is it? Hang on, I'm going to try resizing the window. Oh, I can't. I disabled it. That's very, very frustrating. This bit down here at the bottom, I know it's readable. You can tell what it says, but that is unacceptable. Where are we? Quantum stockpile. I'm familiar with the terminology. I've done it in the past, but I'm not entirely sure how... are they finished with the... What? Oh, for Christ's sake, I didn't make this low enough priority. It's okay though. It's okay though. If we dig out far enough, we should find ourselves some sweet, sweet soil, and we should be able to create some lovely tasties using that soil. How far out though? Because we are... Oh no, we're still within the mountain. We're still within the confines of the mountain itself. We just need to spread out a bit further, and everything will be hunky-dory, tickety-boo. Ferrari pants. Excuse me. Hello, Salford Sal. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Oh yeah, we were talking about your night mode dwarf therapist earlier. How's it done? Do spill the beans. Tell all. Tell all. Not a fan. Seems like a tiny exploit to me, says Tidy. Oh, intriguing. There's a bit of dissension among the ranks. People dissatisfied with the idea of using quantum stockpiles or minecart stockpiles, however they may work. Are they still not quite outside the mountain? Not quite. Oh, is this our first bit of dirt? Yes. Look at those dirty walls. Perfect. Just what we were looking for. Lovely fort soil. The Song of the Night Soilman. Does anyone remember that? Did anybody watch... Oh, don't tell me we've dug out a fucking hole. We've dug out a fucking hole. Brilliant. Well done. Come on, scoundrel, you fucking plonker. Let's dig a little room here for farmery. And then once that's done, we're going to have to plug all the little holes in the ceiling. All the little holes, all the little holes. Plug the holes in the ceiling. Let's build a wall at the end of that tunnel quickly just to make sure nothing comes in. There we go. W, U, U. There we go. And enter. Make it out of diorite. Sure. Bang. That should keep us safe for now until we dig up another tree root, which is... it doesn't look too likely, to be honest. Looks okay. I think we'll be fine. No need to worry. No need to panic, everybody. Remain calm. Keep yourselves all relaxed. My cat summons me to drink from the bidet. Please, ignore your cat. I mean, don't ignore it, but don't listen to what it's saying. If your cat is coming into the room going, "Excuse me, I think you should come to the bidet. I have discovered a flavour that will blow your mind. It's kind of faintly poopy, a little bit pissy, but mostly watery. Meow. Meow." Actually, I once wrote a script for a film, obviously, in which a character was a reanimated kitten's brain in a jar, and all it ever said was meow, 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 with a sort of faintly Spanish-ish accent. It was good. I like that script. Unfortunately, the year I wrote it, another film with almost exactly the same general premise came out and was very, very good. And so I kind of got disheartened and went, oh, fuck, and abandoned the project. Still, it's fun to do. Fun to do. Where are we? Basically, it's two stockpiles linked with a minecart that picks up from one and dumps everything into a one-tile stockpile at the other side. Oh. I have to admit that I had technical assistance. It was my co-streamer, Mare, who set up Therapist with the dark background. Oh, well, please get Mare to spill the beans if possible. I mean, we would like to know. Inquiring minds are fascinated. Let's build a plot. Farm plot filled with plump helmets. That big? That looks like a good one. Lovely. And then I'm going to do another one. I'm going to double plot this bastard. There we go. That's a big one. Ooh, look at it. Lovely. Bang. And then we're going to make a seed stockpile so I can keep my seeds nice and safe. Start with a foodie. Do it like that. Bosh. And then before anybody can start bunging regular food in there, we are going to check everything is disabled. Tits. Forbid. That's what we want. Forbid. 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 No. Allow. Forbid. 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 No miscellaneous liquids, please. Just seeds for this stockpile. Also, do we want to put some bins in there? Sure. Why not? Why not? I mean, probably bags are a better bet, but it's alright for now, won't it? Also, excuse me coughing away here, let's forbid seeds from this stockpile. That makes sense, doesn't it? Where are the seeds? There we are. Forbid my seed. F. Forbidden. Forbidden seed. Sounds rude, but it's not. What do we got down here? She thinks it's a cat fountain. She drinks from the tap. Oh, I see. That's not so bad. That's not so bad, as long as she's sort of not, you know, taking anything else from it. I suppose it's at the right height for a cat, isn't it? A toilet bowl is difficult for a cat to drink from without sort of getting all head down in the bowl and running the risk of falling in. So, you know, you generally, unless your toilet is over full, you don't really get much in the way of cats drinking from lavatories unless they're truly desperate. Whereas a bidet, well, that presents a different thing entirely. That's an achievable goal for little Mr. Whiskers. Meow. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am an animal with absolutely no fucking taste whatsoever. Let's have a look. B for block all. Correct, although I didn't know that at the time. Took a little while to figure it out. And Diana says meow with a lot of accenting going on there. Very exciting. Very intriguing spelling. I like it. It started as a way to save her from going into the toilet. I imagine it would. Yeah. Easy, a nice little other choice. More McDonald's got delivered. Time to stuff myself into a quasi-food coma again. Wow. I mean, is it a quasi-food coma if you go into a coma after eating a lot? I think it's actually a food coma, right? Maybe. I'm not sure. Tidy, got a sad face emote. Not entirely sure what that's about, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. Oh, the fact that I figured it out almost accidentally. It's Vehemai. It's Vehemut. Let's get high and fuck some chicks. Well, that's an interesting song. I've heard that one before, but right now I have no baby chickens available, so unfortunately we're only going to be able to do half of that, which is a shame. Also, I'm sitting on a yoga ball, so I'm not very high up at all. In fact, I'm very low down, considering. Welcome back, Vehemut. Thanks for joining us again. I don't know anybody who has a bidet. I do, but they're French, and I haven't seen them for years. So, I mean, there you go. Does that count? Does that count? Spaceship Rat says, this is Italy. Food fatigue, more like, yes. Most every house has it. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I'm actually, I've got an Italian friend from the school run. He's got a couple of kids. I've got one kid in the same year as my daughter. And we have a little chit-chat in the playground every now and again. He's lent me a copy of... Actually, he's given me 2 books. He gave me a copy of Breakfast of Champions, which I've kind of got into a little way and then kind of ground to a halt. So I do have to get back and read that, so I can give him the book back. But today, actually, he gave me a copy of I Am Jackie Chan to read, which is interesting. Although, if this book can tell me anything I don't already know about Jackie Chan, I would be surprised. Because... that guy's a fucking legend. What a lad. What an incredible chap. There's some pictures. Let's have a look. Are we violating copyright here? I don't think so. If I just make this for the purposes of a sort of like pseudo review, it should be okay, right? There he is. Doing a little kick. Probably in Drunken Master or something there. And there he is with a pair of sunglasses on his head. Very Jackie Chan. Very Jackie Chan indeed. Man. One of the all-time greats of the world. Where were we? Let's have a little look. Was that a bass joke or merely a bass joke? Oh, Aducir, depending on how it's pronounced. I can't even remember what the joke I made was. So, or was it me who made the joke? Was it someone else in chat who made the joke? Difficult to say.
A bass joke. Bass joke. Oh.
Yeah, love a bit of bass. Comfy to wash poopy children, women's hygiene, and watering cats. That's true. I never thought about it, but look, it is like a little baby bath, isn't it? Yeah. It's essentially just a smaller bathtub. Yeah, it makes sense. Good for foot washing too, I believe. You wanna... I feel like it needs to be cleaned between certain uses. Like if you wash your arse crack out in there, fine. But before somebody else gets their feet in there, or, you wash a baby in it, you want to give it a good old clean out, right? Is that how it works? I'd hope so. You were low down in many ways. Oh, yes, no, I'm a low down dirty dog most of the time, but I try my best. Does anyone have any advice for running a Curse of Strahd Ravenloft campaign? I've never even dabbled with Ravenloft. Everything I know about Ravenloft I learned from the cover of the old AD&D books. So there's Strahd the Vampire. There's a lot of mist everywhere, I believe, and that is the complete extent of what I know about Ravenloft. I know more about Dark Sun, and I know fuck all about that. All I know about Dark Sun is there's no metal, and there's lots of insects with lots of arms that fight using chitinous weapons. Chitinous? Chitinous. Let's have a little look-see at Dwarf Fortress again, because I got distracted by chat again. Oh, they've made the farm plots. That's good. Let's get our plump helmets growing. We're going to go to spring. No, not sweet pods. Plump helmets. Thank you very much. Autumn. Plump helmets. What? There we go. Whoa. There we go. Plump helmets. Summer. Plump helmet. And in winter, of course, we've already got plump helmets designated. Lovely. So, we'll do that for the other one as well. More plump helmets, please. A shift enter all seasons. I read a menu and it worked. Amazing. Lovely. I'm very glad that worked. Very glad indeed. Okay, so now we've got our farms ready to go. We've got people outside chopping wood. That's nice. We can probably deconstruct most of these workshops now. Don't need this mason's workshop. Don't need this mechanic's workshop. Don't need this... what is this? Carpenter's workshop. Leave that for now. Oh, hello. It doesn't want to... There we go. Plutonium Jesus was at work, but that's okay. Then we remove that. Go down a floor or two into our workshop area. Oh, look at this! They're digging out the finished goods stockpiles. I like it. So we want a wood stockpile now, and the wood stockpile can go here. Bosh, and we'll make it all the way down there. Lovely. And then we want a stone stockpile. I am going to have to go in and tweak the stone stockpile, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll make it big enough to cover both workshops. Lovely. Then we've got the crafts dwarf workshops. I'm not sure what we're going to do for the input stockpiles on those, so we'll leave it. I'm going to go for a gem stockpile, and I'm going to do 2 stockpiles. Or am I? No, I'm going to do 1. I'm going to do rough gems here, even though we're never going to fill a stockpile of this size with rough gems. Oh, that's the fucking mechanics workshop, isn't it? What a twat. Or as Americans inexplicably pronounce it, twat, because obviously that's an O, not an A. I can't read. Let's delete that. Sorry, I mustn't be rude about the way people speak in different countries, because it's just not fair. It's just not fair. It's very rude. Very unpleasant thing to do. I'm a bad person. You may have noticed this. So, do we want to remove the stockpile at the entrance that's full of wood? I feel like I do. Let's do it. PX, there we go. Let's do that. Come down here. There we go. That should have removed the stockpile. Am I correct? I am correct. That's good. Okay, let's get out of here. And go back to watching the digging. Where's my diggers at? That's my man's in there. No, Another little DMX callback. What are we looking at in chat here? I'm trying to work up my courage to run my first campaign, and I'm going to make it a micro RPG, Lasers and Feelings. Ooh, never heard of that one. I am forever more a dyed-in-the-wool Call of Cthulhu boy. I'll run anything that people want me to in my friend circle, but whenever I do, I'm always dreaming of Call of Cthulhu. Also, when I run, it's very similar to this stream. I don't know really what the rules are. I don't pay much attention to them, and therefore it can get a little bit weird. It can become a very sort of abstract experience, but people tell me they enjoy it. Pure joy on the farming discovery. That's right, Dragonfire. Pure, unfettered joy. I felt it right in the very depths of my nutsack. Where are we going? Vehemat says, Adushir, play a cleric and really dig into the insanity of the mists being between you and your god. There's all sorts of fun to be had depending on which particular deity you choose and or where you originate from. Oh yeah, Ravenlost's like an extra planar kind of place, isn't it? It's like a nexus connected to all other planes, if I'm right, if I remember correctly. All to try and save our group from having to start another D&D run with the last hideously boring DM. Oh, poor Rob. Well, I can guarantee you, as a DM, I am not hideously boring, but I'm also very frustrating. I wouldn't rate myself as a good one. Did I hear wood stockpile? No, just a wood pile. A wood stockpile. The space is in a slightly different area. Good evening, Claycree. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us again. Americans saying twat is the funniest thing. It does have a certain... Oh, no, hang on. What are the other... There's some English idiosyncratic swear words and stuff that when you hear Americans say it, you're like, ooh, that's our word. Don't. Don't. Calm down. Not always, but sometimes. I can't remember what they are, so they can't be that bad. But I've definitely heard that happen before. People making a bad English impression say twat. Is that what it sounds like? Does it sound like we're saying that? Because there's that thing where there's sounds you don't realise you're making when you're speaking a language the way you speak it that other people pick up on. Because there's that thing that in Japanese they put an a u at the end of everything. Desu, and it's not part of the language. It's not supposed to be there, but you can hear it as a non-Japanese person. And there's like a erotic, some kind of weird sound that English people put at the end of sentences. Like we're supposed to go a lot, or at the end of things. Maybe I'm wrong. Aluminium. Yes, that's correct. Aluminium. The fun thing about one-page RPGs is not having to refer to the rules all the time. That is a good thing. I find that very beneficial. I'd love to run Call of Cthulhu, but this group is not ready for it. We'll work up to it. Yeah, it does take a certain specific kind of group to play Call of Cthulhu. They've got to be willing to not just go for the kill and everything. You can't have people play D&D as their first game, play it for ages, and then move immediately to Call of Cthulhu and have them necessarily grasp it straight away. It can be a bit of a harsh transition. Luckily, my role-playing experience began with the World of Darkness games, which were a slightly simpler... Okay. Panzerbeard Wordcraft has claimed the position of king of the waxy channels. Oh, interesting. Panzerbeard? What's this? Why have we got nobles? Oh, Salford Sal, if you're still in chat, that video you put in the Discord was excellent. I started watching it, highly sceptical. I watched it, and then by the time they got round to working in Prince of Darkness by John Carpenter, I was all in. It was fantastic video. Good one. If anyone wants to see that, go check the Discord out. It's well worth a watch. Wanker, it sounds weird when Americans say wanker, but it's not jarring. It's like, that's endearing. I don't know, I can't remember what it is. I think, is it bollocks? Bollocks. No, it's... And they do sort of put the wrong emphasis on the syllables of wanker. I feel they use it in weird circumstances. You know, it doesn't feel right. It feels all wrong. Like what sounds like what? What are you talking about? What? Having an American saying crumpet makes me uncomfortable. That's true. Yes, fanny does mean something different in America and England. Fanny in America, like as in fanny pack, means your buttocks, your behind, your bum, your botty bot. Whereas a fanny is a minge, a mimsy, a minky, a fanny. You know, a twat, a muff, a vagine, or dare I go full top tier. Now brace yourselves. I'm going to use the big bad word. It's gonna ring out. It's gonna be really bad. It's a cunt. Oh, crikey! What strong language. Where were we? Let's keep reading chat. Where have I gone with this? All hail King Panzer, indeed. Call of Cthulhu does not work well for murder hobos. No, it doesn't. And unfortunately, I have a terrible habit of enabling murder hobos in my D&D games. So transitioning for one of my D&D games I'm running to a Call of Cthulhu game is a real jarring move. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. It said our Civ was dying. Maybe we're the last. Probably are. We're just pulling in the straggling survivors of the whatever apocalyptic scenarios ended our dwarven way of life. The waxy channels, I expect you've made the jokes already. Not yet, but I'm thinking ear-based jokes. Ear-based jokes are where it goes. You are still here. That's good, Salford Sal. That's good. There's something like 20 regional American accents for what it's worth. I think I know for a fact that English people or any foreign person to America has a better grasp of the different accents of America than an American person does of any other country, just by sheer diffusion of your culture through the world. You know, like the Hollywood and American culture sort of like leaks out of America all over the world, and people around the world kind of have a decent idea of it, but you kind of oh god, place names in England, very difficult it seems for some Americans to grasp. Mind you, Arkansas, that's the one that people don't get. People mix that up. That's about the same thing. Am I off in my own little world again? I am, aren't I? Front bottom. That's right, front bottom. Sorry, I used the bad word. Salford Sal says, my husband is American, and when he moved here, he was like 5-year-old playing with new curse words. Oh, how endearing. I have an American living over the road, and I didn't know it until I heard him shouting at his kids. I was like, fucking hell, what are you putting on a weird accent for? Oh, that makes sense, actually. Hello, Pokemobile. Welcome back. I see your emoji there. I'm assuming that was from me using the strongest word for lady gardens. Muppet, arse, bellend, blimey, bugger, chav, tosser, scrubber, crikey. That's every British swear word I know. Well, Muppet, not a swear word. Arse, very mild swear word. Bellend, I suppose that's a swear word. Blimey, not really a swear word. Bugger, probably a swear word-ish. Chav and tosser. Chav, I don't know if that's a swear word. It's more of a slur. It's a kind of a class-based slur. It's more accepted than others because apparently English people hate poor people. But yeah, tosser, kind of basically the same as wanker. Scrubber, I thought scrub and therefore scrubber was kind of an American thing, but maybe I'm wrong. Crikey is a oh my goodness rather than a swear word. But yeah, they are all idiosyncratically English words. I tried to artificially develop an English accent based on Monty Python, and I actually succeeded fairly well. They're not a bad choice if you're going to like try and speak like received English, kind of general BBC English. The guys from Monty Python do have a fairly consistent thing going on there. I tricked some Englishmen online that I was actually English. Well done. Although, don't get too excited. At least like 45% of English people are fucking idiots. Then again, I think that's a global statistic. I think generally speaking, like somewhere around just under half of people are idiots. I mean, it's just a regular distribution curve. It's just how it is. You'd love to see me play Boat Fighter? Burt Fighter? I don't know that one. I don't know. I'm unfamiliar with that game. I'm guessing boat. That looks like a South African word, right? Is that what it is? Maybe. Hollywood accent is apparently pretty close to general South African, not Afrikaans, which is very specific. Is it? I would do a South African accent, but I'm self-conscious about it. now that you're here and you are a representative of that. Well, I say representative. You have more knowledge about that nation than I do. I've worked with an unbelievable number of South Africans. I don't think I've worked in a single company where there wasn't at least one South African person. And I've worked on a couple of projects where I was in the minority. And I mean, Jesus Christ, how many were there? I worked on a rail project up in London near the Barbican. It wasn't for Skanska, but there was they were part of a conglomerate that were putting together, and there must have been about 40 South African people on that project. A couple of New Zealanders. Man, engineering, working with engineers in London as a sort of support person for engineering is a pretty international thing. You get a lot of different countries represented. It's good. I think it opens my horizons a bit. Where were we? In fact, I'd love to see you watch the Burt Fighter trailer on stream. It's so South African. Give it a look. Maybe if you find a thing for it, we'll look at it after the Dwarf Fortress. They weren't from Liverpool or Yorkshire. Difficult accents. Right there, how you doing? That's my best Liverpool accent. I should be able to do a good Yorkshire accent because I've got a shitload of family from that way, but apparently I'm not that good at it. So, yeah. 50% of people are under average intelligence. Well, I would say that, but that would be stealing a joke from Rufus from Bill and Ted, so I can't. That would be rude. Like boot with a short oo instead of a long oo. Boot. Boot fighter. Exactly. Welcome to South Africa. Feel free to look around. If you have any questions, then just give us a shout. I won't go into the rest of that song's lyrics. London is full of South Africans. It is, yeah. Oh, Wimbledon. Is Wimbledon particularly South African thing? I once went to a party in a block of flats, which was basically a load of South African punks were living in London. And when I say punks, I mean like into punk music, big into the scene, lots of skateboarding, that kind of gubbins. And this party was a bit of a wild one, a bit of a wild party. And there was a moment where a guy climbed, and bearing in mind we were on like the 7th, 8th, 10th, like really high up. We were in a block of flats really high up, and this guy climbed out of the window and hung on the side of the fucking building with his fingertips going, oh yeah, I did this last week and nearly fell down. And I was like, you fucking maniac. Just seeing him climb up to the window made my blood run cold. I'm bad with heights, really bad with heights, but this guy apparently just didn't understand the concept of fear. It must have never even occurred to him. It was horrible. It's gone a bit Terminator. Oh my goodness. Well, there you go. I worked what was that guy called? There was a guy called Bernard I worked with who was kind of cool. And then there was another South African guy who got fired because he got pinged on a drug test. And I remember hearing about it going, what? They tested him? Why? Because, I mean, the people I was working with at the time must have made the whole place stink to high hell. But, oh well, never mind. Where were we? Oh yeah, admitting crimes. Let's get off that and come over here and stop looking at this. What does he want? What does he want? What does Panzerbeard want? He needs a throne room, a bedroom, a dining room, a mausoleum, 10 chests, 5 cabinets, 5 weapon racks, and 5 armour stands. Oh, you don't want much then, do you, Panzerbeard? Bloody hell. Well, I used to like you, but Getting a little bit pissed off with your demands. Not great. Should we make a royal floor, a royal complex? We could build it off the farm floor, couldn't we? Just have a nice little set of rooms ready to go. Then again, do we want to build it closer to the dining hall or the engineering work? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, thank you very much, Fuzzy. Game on indeed. But fighter. Let's accept that. I've just been gifted the game Fuzzy Logic's talking about, so I'll accept that. Thank you very much. And maybe we'll give it a little go. We'll give it a little go later on. I'll add it to my library. Add it to my queue of shame, because I have been gifted a number of games on this stream, and there's still a few of them in the queue. Just to give you an idea, everybody, of the level of shame that I should be experiencing, somebody gave me a copy of Disco Elysium when it was new, and I fucking completed it without streaming it and went, that was a brilliant game, where I really should have streamed it. I'll get round to it eventually, I promise. There will be one of the weird political runs for good old Disco Elysium. But for now, it's Dwarf Fortress time, he says, not really playing Dwarf Fortress. Kind of fucking around. Where are we building this hallway? I think we'll do it off the farm floor. I'm going to build a nice throne room. So, just quickly, going to refresh my memory of what he wanted. So, throne room, bedroom, dining room, mausoleum. So, 4 rooms. That's fine. We can do that. So, designate a dig. We're going to make this relatively low priority. I don't think it needs to be done faster than we have the other stuff being dug out. Now, I'm going to go with first the... I could make fancy looking rooms. I could put effort in and make things pretty. Or we could do it the scoundrel way. Let's do it. Let's make it ugly as sin. There we go. Blocky. Rectangular. Lovely. So that's that. One of those is the throne room. One of these is the bedroom. We need a little mausoleum, which can come off. We don't actually have a graveyard at all, do we? That's a problem. Okay, so this comes up here. We've got a nice little mausoleum there. What I'm going to do is the mausoleum, the gravestone's going to be there. The grave's going to be there. Some statuary, a little bit of, worship stuff here. Maybe a temple of some kind, of little mini temple, mini shrine. That should be good as a mausoleum. So dining hall, bedroom. What else does he need? Throne room, bedroom, dining room, mausoleum. Let's put the dining room off of the... You know what? No, we're going to make the bedroom and the bedroom one thing, and then the other room is going to be the dining hall / throne room. Does that sound good to everybody? Doesn't actually matter if it sounds good to you or not. That's what I'm going to do. So there we go. Diggy diggy, my dwarves. Diggy diggy. We've only just moved in, Panzer. Calm down. I agree with that. I agree. Thank you very much for the game. Much appreciated. Ain't nothing political about Butt Fighter. He calls a black guy OC original China. Don't know what that means, but I'm sure we'll find out. Scoundrel, I think I fucked your fort. You have no nobles. No nobles? Wait. Oh, hang on.
Plutonium Jesus, Misty Mountain, has assumed the position of expedition leader of the Brown Avalanche.
No. Look, we've got Sheriff, Hammerer, Manager, Medical Dwarf, Broker, Bookkeeper. We're good. Don't panic. Don't panic, Overslot. We've got nobles. Because my China is slang for like my brother. Oh, me old China. Yeah, that's Cockney rhyming slang. Me old China plate, as Tidy points out correctly in the chat there. So if Panzer is the king now, is your fortress now the capital of our civilization? I believe so. I think so. Intriguing. We are now the only dwarven civilization in town. Let's unpause it. Let's watch for a bit as things get dug. Why is it? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. That's why. I want to go down, not up. Up quickly. Are they digging this out? No, they're doing this preferentially, which is what we wanted. I wouldn't want to see them digging anything else out. Bear with me one moment. Knocking the camera all over the shop. Stop it, scoundrel, you crazy fool. Bear with me just 1 minute. Just getting something done. Don't worry. I'll get back to it. I'll look at chat in a second, or do some Dwarf Fortress. One of the two. One of the two. At least someone will be satisfied by whatever I do next. Fingers crossed, he says, question mark. Where were we? There we go. Lovely. Right, let's catch up with chat again. The game isn't paused, is it? No, it's good. Things are happening. That's good. The expedition leader became king, and that blanked all the other nobles until Panzer became expedition leader, I think. Oh, okay, so that's how it works. The mayor has spoken to get Dark Therapist. Oh, sorry, the mayor has spoken. To get Dark Therapist, click the big options button, and style is top right on the general tab. You're shitting me. We might not get dwarven caravans, actually. It might just be human caravans and elven caravans, but we'll see. Let's just check Salford Stahl's credentials. Has she given us true glory? Where was it? It was big options button, and style is the top right menu tab. I've got roles, nobles, happiness, grid colours, tooltips, grid options, and general. So style, I don't have style there. Maybe you've got a different version. You guys can't see this pop-up window, can you? Damn! I don't think there's any other dwarven civs, because it's a very small one. Grid colours, let's have a look. Grid colours. Skill, active cell, pending cell, disabled cell, main border. Can I change that? No. Partial group cell, default. Mood finished. No, it's not in there. Let's try grid options. Display grid cell 2 tips. No, I'm not seeing anything. While we're waiting for those lads to dig stuff out, do general style. Okay, options, general style. Oh, style. Dark style. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Lovely. Lovely. Ooh, woo, indeedo. Ooh, woo, indeedo. Let me just put this away. There we go. Bingo. So, let's have a little look then. Tidy can take their sunglasses off. Very good. Very nice. It's good. No more eye-searing white light. Just a pleasing little bit of grey transparency. Very nice. While we're here, does anybody want a dwarf who hasn't got one yet? As you can see, we only have 8 left with no nickname. So now is the time to pop in. Remember, Dragon Slayer and Fuzzy, you are in the queue for our first military dwarves. So when that happens, hooray, hurrah, you'll get those characters. But for now, we don't actually have a military. We've just got what we've got. Dwarf me baby, says NATO. No problem. You said that as if you were somehow requiring a baby. Oh my goodness. We don't have any babies. We've only got children. I'm afraid you're going to have to make do with a child. Not that that was technically what you actually wanted, but I feel like that's what I'm going to give you. NATO _ CHRISM CHRISJSM. Is that what it was? I think it is. It worked. That should be good. Let's have a little look. Fuzzy Logic says we need a military. One should be the tittiest oak in all of 4 ways. The tittiest? One should be the tittiest oak in all of Four Ways. I don't get that reference, for sure. I'm sure I would remember a titty oak. I miss the days of chroma keying therapists to make it dark and off-centre mouse cursors. Yeah, we've come a long way, Claycree, in just a little while as well. It hasn't taken that long. There we go. Right, so we got everybody in there. Is Claycree in there already? Yeah, you're in there from last time, Claycree. You're all good. I think we're all good. I don't think anyone else has requested one, so we can go back in. You can go back into Old Dwarf Fortress. Get on with it. Boot Fighter, watch the trailer on stream. I'd and they dig it. Oh, I see. Yes, so you're making quotes from that. That's good. I will look into it and see how it works out. At the end of the stream, maybe we'll give it a little a look. We'll have a look at the thing. Or maybe when I take a break, because I'm going to have to go in a minute to make a cup of tea or something, because I've got a mighty thirst on. Oh, migrants. Hello. Perfect timing. Let's have a little look at these lads as they come on. Come on, in you get. What are you going to do, lads? You going to actually sit there on the side of the map just waiting for something to happen, or are you going to come in? It looks like they don't actually care. They're just hanging out, sitting by the pond. Or is that someone who was just fishing up there and the migrants have actually gone elsewhere? Let's check. I'll do a quick refresh on Dwarf Therapist and see what happens. Yikes. Okay, we'll do it by migration wave. Okay, I think this warrants a little trip over to Dwarf Therapist. Here we go. So, as you can see, 21 dwarves have just arrived. Let's have a quick look and see if any of them have got any exciting skills. We've got a little bit of carpentry. A little bit of hunting, not exciting. None of these skills are particularly exciting. No good numbers here. We've got a good wood burner. Meh, not that interesting. We've got leatherworking, butchery, tanning. It's all fairly mundane. Fishing, boo, shit skill. Armouring, level 6, not too bad. Spinning, shearing, yada yada, all very exciting. He lied. Over here, not much going on there. Let's have a look at the military, see what we've got going on there. Hello. Spear Dwarf. Ah, okay. Who wanted the first Spear Dwarf? Was that you, Fuzzy? And then we got somebody here with a level 6 Mace Dwarf skill. I think we found our military founder. Let's do it. So, set nickname. Dragon Slayer. It was you who wanted this, wasn't it? Dragon Slayer. There we go. Bosh, you're in. Commit. And then Fuzzy, you can have our best Spear Dwarf, who is one of these two. Licot, he's at the top of the list. We'll give you them. So, Fuzzy Logic 0. Boom, you're in. You're in. Lovely. Fantata. Do we not have a meeting hall? That's actually a good point, yeah. I don't think we do. We've got the wagon still, but not a meeting hall. The nicotine's going okay, Claycree. I haven't had a cigarette now since I renounced them. Not a puff of tobacco has passed these lips, which is good. This is just vape. Where were we? This is the point I always give up in Dwarf Fortress, says Spaceship Rat. Okay. Well, hopefully you'll be able to glean some insights from how I do this, and maybe you'll be able to overcome the issues you have. Issues, that sounds like I'm disparaging you. That's not what I mean. Maybe you'll be able to figure out what's supposed to go on. Maybe that's the better one. I feel overdwarfed as well, Spaceship Rat, but you've got to be willing to let some of them just die. That's the key. You pick the ones that you want to keep going, and then everyone else just ignore them. They can haul stuff. It'll be fine. This is where shit finally gets done. Tidy, you're right. Now we've got a huge population of 36 adults and 3 children and 0 vulnerable babies. We don't have to worry so much about whether things are going to get picked up and done or not, which is good. Give me a girly sort of dwarf, a spinner or something. Okay, spinner. Don't Google that. Well, unless you're looking for that kind of thing. Labour. What have we got here? Tanning, butchery, spinning? Spinning, there we go. Spinner dwarf. Ah, no, that's Dragon Slayer. He happens to be not only the best military dwarf we have, but also an accomplished spinner. What have we got here? Shearing? Do you want to be a shearer? Maybe a textiles thing. Clothes making? Weaving. Dream weaver, I believe you can make cloth out of my dreams. We need to sort this by has nickname, just to get all the people with nicknames out of the equation so we don't accidentally do stuff. We've got one person with level 6 weaving. Dacost, also a female, so it's kind of a girly one. Let's do that one. I think Dacost will work. Spaceship wrapped. Here we go. Spaceship wrapped. Bosh. In. Done. Sorted. 420 Vapit. Trance 14 TS Dab. Yeah, maybe. not sure I get all those references, but potentially, who knows? The algo decided to recommend me this. Can someone give me a wiki link or their like on what I'm looking at? Well, Sweepy Networks. Ooh. This is obviously Dwarf Fortress, as you will probably know already. I don't want to teach my grandmother to suck eggs. I'm not entirely sure if I'm mixing my metaphors there, but this is Dwarf Fortress, and you're looking at Dwarf Therapist, an add-on piece of software that allows you to sort of assign the jobs that your dwarves can do. Don't know why I'm making these weird hand gestures. If we go over here, here's the actual game. This is what's going on. While we're on the subject of talking about our new people here, I think what we should do, our new migrants, is come down to the workshop zone and start getting some tables and chairs made, because frankly, at the moment, we're very low on that kind of gubbins. So, tables. Can I set stockpile levels? Yes. Oh, yes. So we add a limit, making a table out of rock. Keep 5 to 10 in stock. Sounds good to me. However, we don't want them all stockpiling up in there. So we'll put chair order in as well. Add chair, repeat, Alt W, there we go. Add chair made out of rock, 5 to 10 of those. Brilliant. And then we need to make ourselves some stockpiles to put them in. So PU, hopefully you'll catch on. Someone literally asked, what's going on here? And I went, blah, 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 and just started doing random shit. So apologies if I'm confusing you further. 3, 4, 5, so 2 by 5, and then 2 by 5 again. Make one of these for tables and one for chairs. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Type. So forbid. And then we go in and we find tables. Good. Lovely. And then this one, we go in, we forbid all types, and then we go back in and find thrones. Lovely. Apparently there's a game of that. Good. So the tables and chairs are getting made in this workshop here, and they should be stockpiled there. That is fantastic. Now, this stockpile needs changing, because I've just noticed they're putting ores in there, and we don't want metal ores. We just want other stone, and maybe economic stone as well. Yeah, we'll keep it in there for now. If it turns out we need it more later on for making steel and stuff, we'll change the deal. But for now, it's okay. Now, what else can we make at a mason's workshop? Doors. Doors are important. We want doors being produced at a fair old pace. So add a new task. Door. Lovely. Repeat. Alt W. Constraints. 5 to 10 rock doors. We've got 7 in stock. That's nice. Now that's done, we'll put in a furniture. I think doors are furniture as well, aren't they? I hope so. There we go. And then I'll go in there, set the stockpile details, forbid all types, and then go in and add doors, which are somewhere or other. Door. There we go, doors. Very nice. Very nice indeed. So, Carpenter's Workshop, still not got its output stockpile sorted, but that's fine. What else can we make in Mason's workshops that would make sense? I mean, I suppose we could knock out some slabs ready for our first set of deaths. Graves. Graves, very useful. Let's make some graves, some tombs and whatnot. Add a new task. Is it N for coffins? Nope, it's P for coffins. Since when has it been P for coffins? That feels weird. Alt-W, workflow constraints, add a constraint. Coffin of rock. We do not want that many. We want more than that. We want, let's call it 10 to 20. 10-20. There we go. And then we'll make another little stockpile just for coffins. Lovely. But it's got to be big enough for 20 of the bad boys. So 5 by 4 should do it. Lovely. And I fucked it by making an animal stockpile. But that's fine. We can change it. There's no need to panic. No need to worry. Everybody remain calm. Remain calm. Let's disable animals. Figuratively speaking. In game terms, I'm not about to walk around breaking puppies' legs. That's going to get me in a lot of trouble. Furniture, there we go. What else do we want? Enable, lovely. Disable, oh for fuck's sake. Forbid, that's what we want, forbid. And I need to come in here and find what we're looking for. Coffins, there we are, enabled. Lovely. So, these stockpiles behind the Mason's Workshop should fill up and then stop. That's the theory, at least. That's the plan, the idea, the desire, the hope, the dream. Living the dream. Very nice. It's RimWorld, but less balance, and cats can get drunk by licking vomit. Very good. That's a nice description, Spaceship Rat. I like that. Also, enemies can be destroyed by boiling wine exploding out of wineskins that are too close to a fire. That's something we had happen. Although I didn't kill the thing it poured on because it was actually a forgotten beast and, you know, could resist flames and fire and shit. So a bit of boiling wine vapour wasn't going to do diddly squat. Never mind. Could be worse. I don't know how sterling silver would help, but maybe. P for place of rest. Oh, that does make sense actually now that you think about it. It's P for coffin because the bodies are embalmed in urine. Good lord. Intriguing. Intriguing. Little piss buckets. Little piss containers. I mean, could you embalm a body with piss? I feel like piss is the idea of, like, most of the embalming techniques is to remove water from the cells, right? And I feel like with piss you're going to put it back in. Or if you boil it down so it's just stinky urea, I mean, it's going to be bad. I think if you boil piss enough you end up with phosphorus, don't you? And that all catches fire. I've definitely had to tell people not to boil their own piss on this stream before, but let's just reiterate that. Do not collect jugfuls of your own piss and boil it again and again. You will get hurt. It's bad. And it'll make your house stink, frankly. And maybe you could do it outdoors, but don't boil piss. No piss boiling, please. Thank you. Mothers can become mounts for the children and die of dehydration because Dwarf Fortress. Yes, because Dwarf Fortress does work. Ammonia will remove the acid. Ammonia will remove the acid, but there's a bit of ammonia in P, right? But it's not the primary the primary thing, is it? Piss is not primarily ammonia. Also, boiling piss is a pretty weird hobby. Well, yes, I mean, but takes all sorts. Remember that. Remember, in a world where there are furries and hentai matched 3 games, I don't think piss boiling is that odd. You know, relatively speaking. It's odd, for sure, in an absolute sense. But relative to the way the world is these days, nah. I wouldn't be surprised if piss boiling was not only a hobby, but a fetish. I can imagine it. I mean, I don't want to imagine it, but unfortunately a lifetime of using the internet has made it very easy to slip into these kind of mental states. And as such, I am running a delicate balancing act between utter insanity and barely holding it together. Piss boiling. How do we get back onto this subject? How have we done this twice on the stream? Not twice, at least twice. I know why it is. It's because I read The Baroque Cycle, a very good series of books by Neil Stephenson. Very, very good. You should read them. In fact, you should probably get them from Amazon using my link. There we go, a little bit of self-promotion. Or Audible. I can sign you up to Audible. I should have a code. Don't know what the fuck it is, but, regardless, wherever you get the books, The Baroque Cycle by Neil Stephenson, very good book, contains a large section on piss boiling, and has a little runoff sequel, weird choice of words, called Cryptonomicon, also very good. If you know who Eli Root is, do let me know. Where were we? Sorry, I was getting a little bit off track there. Off-piste, if you will. Ammonia is the primary non-water constituent of piss. Oh, okay. I thought, is urea made up of a lot of piss then? Or is there just not as much urea in piss as I think there is? Boiling Piss was my post-ska alt-punk a cappella band in college. Oh, post-ska. A cappella punk band in college. Wow. Boiling Piss. Yes, I feel like the name Boiling Piss works in a punk context. But post-ska alt-punk a cappella band, I feel like that's going to have a different... I feel like you've misaligned genres there with the name. Boiling Piss sounds very much like a sort of 70s New York punk band. Something contemporaneous with G.G. Allen. The kind of thing that would happen in that kind of environment. And then again, Boiling Piss, I can imagine a band called Boiling Piss under other circumstances. It's not just CBGB fodder. Regardless, let's try and get off this very hot urine thing that we've got onto somehow. I think I heard the tweed used by politicians was made using piss. Not just the House of Parliament, House of Lords smelled of piss because it was used as a mordant, a dye fixer in the process of making tweed, and they all wore tweed. So there you go. That is true. Historically, House of Lords, House of Commons smelt of piss. Don't know if that's still true. Never been there myself. Sweepy Network says, I guess until I get the game, I can stay here for the important tips. Never thought not to boil my piss. I will stop immediately. Good. I mean, just for your own safety, And if you do insist on boiling your own piss, remember to use safety gear. And remember, if someone says, why are you boiling your piss? You must absolutely under no circumstances say that it's because I told you to, because that is not what I said. I said don't. All right? Just remember that, okay? Piss boiling, you're not doing it for me. It's either for science or your own perverted pleasure. So where were we? After the pink place, says Fuzzy Logic. Yes. Bear Grylls. Now there's a pissy fella. He loves a little bit of wee-wee, doesn't he? He loves to get a bit of the old piss in a towel and feed himself and then off to the hotel. If you're going to do one of those survival programs and you're going to stay in the hotel, why are you bothering to drink the piss? Just say you're drinking piss. You're already fucking cheating. Don't actually drink the piss unless that's something you want. I mean, go on. Never seen Ray Mears drink piss. I see him walk into the wilderness like a little chubby baby lad. Walks into the wilderness, comes out looking like a little chubby baby lad, happy as Larry, like smiling, I survived in the woods, it's happy times, it's what I love to do. Like fucking Bear Grylls gets out there immediately, pissing on himself, like sweating, drinking piss. I mean, what the fuck's that all about? I think Ray Mears should take Bear Grylls aside and have a little word with him. Say, look mate, you alright? You feeling alright? I've gone through some stuff myself, and if there's anything happening, you can talk to me. We can talk this through. You don't have to drink piss. So many ways to avoid drinking piss in this world, and you're just diving in head first. Please stop it. Where were we? Let's not talk about piss drinking. Let's stop this. Oh yes, I do remember Sweeping Network's Dwarf Fortress is free. Although, in my opinion, if you want the best starting set, wait for something called the Lazy Noob Pack to update, and then play that. Because it gives you a little bit of a easier time than just raw Dwarf Fortress. Then again, if you just want to get your dick out and start waving it around and showing how fucking hardcore you are, by all means, download Vanilla Dwarf Fortress, play it on ASCII, and tell everybody how they're wrong for doing it like I do. It's entirely your decision. I'm not going to stop you, and nor will I want to. I want you to be happy. Shh, stop. I'm trying to stop talking about piss, Spaceship Rat, but you brought it up again. We've got to... Let's talk about something else, and the next person to mention shit in the chat is getting a ban. Only a short one, though. Phosphorus was discovered in the 1660s by Henning Brand by boiling piss in the pursuit of creating the alchemical philosopher's stone. I was aware of this fact, but the way I picked it up, it's never outright stated in the Baroque cycle that is why they're boiling the piss. It has to be inferred. Where were we? ASCII for life, says Tidy. ASCII, but me, no, not for me. I love a little tablet. A tablet? Tablet? Why did I say tablet? You know, the tile set. That's the word, tile set, not tablets. Madness. Somebody mentioned piss and elves in one message and we'll get banned forever. Well, I mean, you can piss on elves provided they're not on fire. That's not a problem. Hang on. Whoa. We've got a purple moody boy. What happened there? Did I miss something? Panzerbeard's been possessed.
The king has been possessed.
Let's take a look and see what happens when a king is possessed by strange forces. Where are you going, Panzerbeard? What are you up to? Claiming a Craftsdwarf workshop. Very standard. I like it. And then standing there.
Shit.
Okay. He wants bones. Rough gems. Bones. Rough gems. Bones, clearly the limiting factor here. I'm going to pause. I'm going to... Oh, we haven't got a space to put the butcher's shop in yet, have we? Do I just stick it in where I'm going to put the nest boxes? Just stick it in, scoundrel. I mean, what could possibly go wrong following that advice? Let's have a little look for the butcher's workshop. Where are you? Oh, I've got to press W. There we go. Butcher's, that's a U, isn't it? Oh, I love it when I remember hotkeys. Let's stick the butcher's workshop right there. Make it out of slate. Lovely. And as soon as that's done, we will go and slaughter one of our lovely animals. Just for the bones. Oh, a gem cutter has given birth to a bow, which I presume is a boy. I mean, it's unlikely to be anything else. It's unlikely to be a boa constrictor. I mean, that would be noteworthy. Birth of a boy, much less so. Much less so. Oh, we got beds. Nope, we haven't got any beds available. I need to make a stockpile for the spiked wooden balls, don't I? I mean, they're all neatly in the footprint of the old carpenter's workshop, which is cool. However, I feel like we could do better. And actually, we are going to do better. First, though, as part of this betterment of ourselves, we're going to go to the carpenter's workshop. We're going to say add a new task. We're going to say add bins. We're going to repeat that job. Alt-W. Nope, that didn't work. For some reason, I've had a pop-up on my desktop saying whiteboard. What? There we go. Add, there we go. Bin of any wood. Keep 5 to 10 in stock. That's fine. And then also spiked wooden balls. There's not a shortcut for spiked wooden balls, is there? Just to go down to it. There we go. Repeat. Alt-W, add constraints, a ball of any wood. We've got 87, so let's call it 50 to 100. We'll change the range. There we go. Get those balls being made. Do you want anything else? Do you want barrels on a repeat? We could make rock pots. Feels like a better choice. Is that Butcher's Workshop made yet, or are we still... Come on, guys. Get that workshop made. As soon as we've got this, when this mood is concluded, I'm going to take a little break because I've got to take a visit to the lavatory. I've got to get some piss for boiling, and I've also got to make myself a cup of tea. Those two things not related. Just to be clear. You already know my opinion on piss boiling. Can't have piss boilers knocking around. They're dangerous. They cause all sorts of damage. Oh, they've made the Butcher's Workshop. Fantastic. Have they? They have. No, they haven't. Yes, they have. Great. We haven't got a manager, but if we go here to animals, stray turkey hens, whatever, chick gosling, roster, probably a rooster, a horse foal. We got any adult horses I can butcher? No? Piglets, bunnies, Oh, Jesus. People are taking pets. Alright, we better kill this horse before somebody falls in love with it. There we go. Dead horse. Doe rabbit. Let's get rid of that rabbit before someone takes it as a pet. There's the goat. Lovely. And another horse foal. Get those horses slaughtered, please. Thank you very much. I'm hoping this will just happen and we don't need to worry about having a manager. Although, having said that, why don't I just assign a manager? Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Let's go over here and then we'll go to Dwarf Therapist and see who is our best manager. So roles, appraiser, bookkeeper, broker, and let's drag this over just a bit. Manager, there we go. Who's our best manager? 55 or 55? Now we could give Dragonfire the manager role, however they chose something else as a primary reason for being... Oh, Blacksmith. Yeah, don't you being the manager. Let's take Domus. He's got a 55% affinity. Let's give him that job. So Domus Ikalkol. It's fine, we can find him. Manager, Domus, if we do a search. Domus Ikalkol. Okay. He's not Mikalkol, I got it wrong. Whatever. He's going to need an office. That's fine. We can deal with that. Go back up to the surface, down one. Have they dug out the throne room yet? Of course not. That's what we wanted. That's why they haven't done it. What we need to do is designate at high priority some offices. First of all, a manager's office. We'll do that here. Bang. Lovely. Make a manager's office about yay big. A little bit cockeyed, a little bit lopsided. There we go, make it nice and even. That should be more than big enough. Get that dug out, and then once we've got an office for the lad, we can actually get some stuff done. Now, any butchery taking place here? I'm not seeing anyone doing any butchering, which kind of indicates to me that it's not being done because of no manager's office. It's alright though, don't panic. Everybody stay calm. They put one table and one chair in the time it's been given. Unbelievable. Very lax. Very slack. Don't like it. In before king dies because they want a shell of a weasel. Oh my good, that's true. They may want something a little bit unattainable. We'll see. We'll see. Oh no, don't let the king die. We should sort it out. Braille. Braille might go well with my colour scheme. Braille. I play ASCII but in Braille. Letters are too easy. I suppose you could play Dwarf Fortress in Braille. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Then again, it does use a lot of colour. It does use a lot of colour to differentiate things. Let's put a door on this room here. Okay, we've got another table yet? Yeah, we have. Bang. Bang. Chair. Bang. Bang. Lovely. Once that's in place, we can designate this as a thingy. Is anyone going to slaughter that fucking... I tell you what, if I do it without the man... Question mark. Begun a mysterious construction. Okay. Didn't even notice that he'd started. Christ. Alright, well that's cool. I'm happy with that. Not a problem. We'll let that work out. Salford Sal says, would you mind if I share a link to a 30-second video while you're on break? It's Mer, a German, learning that twat isn't what birds say. Twat, 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 twat. Yeah, sure, no problem. No problem. I'll be gone for longer than 30 seconds. Probably about 5, maybe 10 minutes. But yeah, sure. No worries at all. Tesco lasagna for tea. Hello, Macho. Welcome back. I am still awake. Yes, what time is it? 2 a.m. Okay. I really need to push this break very soon. But we'll let this mood get resolved before I go, and then we'll do it. He is working, isn't he? It was him who started the construction. No. Oh, it was. Panzerbeard is also called Zon Ilrigoth. Fair enough. Okay. He's going by his original name. Fair enough. If that's what you want to do. If you don't want to use your nickname for your master-crafted piece, then so be it. But I'm not particularly happy about that. Right, let's get that mason's workshop. Sorry, that office sorted. Make a throne room or study. Make a dining room. So we're going to make it a study. Make it nice and big. 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 Oh man, no. No, resize the room. The plus key isn't working. Shit. Ah. Oh. Okay. Things appear to have gone slightly tits up here. For some reason, the plus key isn't working at all. Is it my keyboard? Or is it just something else? I'll have to come back to that and try and figure it out. I think maybe Ocelot's rebound some keys or something. Salford Cell says, I can read Braille, but only by sight, not touch, ironically. Well, you know, easier, isn't it? Easier to read that way. Ooh, here we go. I'm just checking, just catching up on chat quickly. Nighty night, Spaceship Rat. You have a good night. Sleep tight. You managed to find a therapist for this version. I have. Ocelot sorted it all out for me. Very appreciated. Shift equals. Okay. We'll do that in a sec. Is that 47.2? If you mean is it the new version, yes it is. It is. Or the plus key on the numeric pad. That's the one that wasn't working. The plus key on the numeric pad. So intriguing that it's not working. Okay, let's get back into seeing what's going on here.
Panzerbeard the King has created a horsebone cabinet.
What, he's named it after himself? That's very, very arrogant. Let's have a little look here. List. There we go. It's the only one. Wordcraft. Panzerbeard Wordcraft, a horsebone cabinet.
This is a horsebone cabinet. All craftsdwarfship is of the highest quality. On the item is an image of Caten Worked Hopeful, the dwarf, and dwarves in horsebone. Caten Worked Hopeful is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the appointment of the dwarf Caten Worked Hopeful to the position of diplomat of the Waxy Channels in 1. On the item is an image of Azum Orthodikes, the dwarf, and a monitor friend in Crystal Opal. A monitor lizard or someone who watches him? The monitor... Oh, fiend! Sorry, not friend. The monitor fiend is striking down Azum Orthodikes. The artwork relates to the killing of the dwarf Azum Orthodikes by the monitor fiend in Matchbeached in the Forest of Clubs in the early spring of 76 during Cockgostus, the assault of stabbing.
Wow. Now, it appears RNGesus loves us after all, because giving us Cockgostus, the assault of stabbing, is very nice. Premium pre-break nonsense. I like it. Let's come back from this into here, unpause it for a second while I quickly catch up on chat. In fact, no, let's pause it because I'm going on break. What's going on here? Great for his room. It is a good cabinet. It's nice. We'll put it in there. Guilds in play? Not yet. We haven't had any guilds turn up yet, but that should be a thing that happens. It's a PC monitor friend. Oh, I see. They monitor you for PC-ness. That's good. That's good. Keep everyone on the straight and narrow. Anyway, so those of you watching on YouTube, thank you very much for doing so, but I'm going to stop the recording while I go and do a little break, because man cannot live on a full bladder alone. Okay. Anyway, see you later, YouTube. Bye.